Thank you for coming to your mats and sharing your practice with me today. Today, we're just going to get started in a nice, easy seated pose. Maybe you'd like to roll your shoulders up, back and down, just a time or two. Feel yourself grounding into the mat. Feel your spine elongate. I invite you to close your eyes if you wish. And before we get started on our slow flow, let's just take a moment to check in with ourselves. Who did we bring to the mat today? Spiritually, emotionally, physically? Just check in with yourself. See who you brought to your own mat. Just observing, not judging, just taking note, knowing there's no right, there's no wrong, there just is. And today we're actually going to start off in child's pose. But before we work our way into child's pose, I'd just like to bring attention to our breath. So as we know, when we take on the three-part breath, we start off by taking a deep inhale right from the base of our bellies. We feel our belly get large, our ribs expand, our shoulders and chest broaden then soften. And then we hold that breath, allowing the oxygen to be absorbed. Now on the exhale, when we exhale, starting right at the base of your belly, contract everything towards your midline, like towards your navel. Squeeze everything up, channeling all that air up, then exhale it out, eliminating all that's no longer serving us. So let's try a round before we move into child's pose. Take a deep, deep inhale. Our bellies get large, our ribs expand, our shoulders soften and broaden. We hold that breath, allowing it to be absorbed. And then when you feel ready, draw everything towards your navel, scoop it in and up as you channel the used air up and out, eliminating. Deep, long exhale. Notice how that changes the feel of our exhalations. And when you feel ready, let's work our way to the edge or to the bottoms of our mat. Big toes come together. We draw our bottom towards our heels. We elongate, inhaling our arms up, bringing our palms to the mat and our forehead to the mat, finding our child's. Just allow your chest to melt down towards the mat. Draw all your senses inwards, not trying to change anything, just accepting whatever it is you brought to the mat today. And it's through this acceptance that any areas of unease can flow away once they've been acknowledged. Sometimes it's more easy, or it's easier, just to let them flow away. So returning to our breath, take a deep, deep inhale. Feel your belly pressing up against your thighs. As that air travels towards your upper back, notice how your upper back expands, your shoulders soften. We hold that breath, allowing it to purify and nourish our bodies. And only when you feel ready, drawing everything towards midline, scooping our bellies in and up, we exhale, eliminating everything that's no longer serving us. And at your own pace, begin again. Work your way through your three-part breath at your own time. And as we focus more and more On our breath, we notice how the world dissolves away, allowing ourselves this time, allowing ourselves this space. Take a few more rounds of breath here. If it's in your practice to set an intention, now would be the time to do so. Mine for this week, which you're more than welcome to share, is Santosha, contentment. Just to find the contentment in each and every moment, accepting where we are, and just find the beauty. Take one or more rounds of breath, settling our thoughts. And when you feel ready, keeping your big toes together, begin to draw upwards into a cat back. Push away from the earth, concentrating on your upper back. Really round through your upper back, tucking in your chin, tucking in your tail. And then flow forward into your hammock. Legs come to either end of your mat. We lift our sternum, creating space for our heart as we roll our shoulders back and down. And exhale, push away from the earth, round through your upper back, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, draw your big toes together and find your child's. Melt down towards the earth. And let's repeat that. Coming up, pushing away from the earth into a nice cat back, tail and chin is tucked. We flow into a hammock, legs coming out to either edge, rolling our shoulders back and down, expanding, broadening through our chests and shoulders, and we gaze up at the ceiling. When you're ready, return to your cat. Push away from the earth, tucking your chin, tucking your tail, toes come together, and we melt back into our child's. We're going to repeat that, but this time we're going to add on. So come up into your cat, nice big rounded back, flow into your hammock, opening, broadening through your chest, shoulders are rolled back, glance over your right shoulder, draw your right heel towards your right buttock, and release, return to center. Gaze over your left shoulder, left heel comes towards your bottom, gentle little twist, and release, return to center, find your cat, find your child's. Once more like that. Inhaling, push away from the earth, find your cat, flow into your hammock. Gaze over your right shoulder, right heel towards your bottom. Release. Center. Gaze over your left shoulder, left heel towards left buttock. And release. Push away from the earth, rounding through your back, and melt into your child's. Coming up onto your knees, feet come to the outer edge of your mat and lower down all the way onto your belly. Hands are somewhere in line with your ribs, slightly back from your shoulders, pushing through your pubic bone. Inhale, baby cobra. Lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your neck. Find your legs and exhale back towards your mat. Inhale, baby cobra, rolling your shoulders back and down, drawing your elbows towards each other. Find your length through your spine. Exhale to your mat. Twice more. Inhale, baby cobra. Keep the length in your spine and neck. Draw your elbows together. And release. Last time. Inhale, baby cobra. Finding your length. Rolling your shoulders back and down. And gently release. Drawing your elbows under your shoulders. Find Sphinx. Fingers are widely spread. Find your length. Take a breath or two here. And then take your right arm, walk it under your left. Take your left, walk it towards the right. Pull them as tight as you can. Curl your back toes. Scoot your body forward. Bringing your forehead to the mat. Channeling your breath to your upper back. Allowing your shoulders to begin to release. Few breaths here. Nice deep breaths. And release. Sliding our hands back into Sphinx. Let's take it to the opposite side. Left hand comes under our right, tip our fingers as far away from us as I can. And then take your right hand all the way to the left. Pull them tight, curl your back toes, scooch forward, forehead comes down to the mat. Breathe into your shoulders. Find the beauty in this moment as we feel our shoulders gently begin to open. And release. Slide your hands under your shoulders, pushing through your hands, slight bend to your knees, curling your back toes, coming into our first down dog. Do whichever organic movements feel good for you. We're still opening up, warming up. Pedal your feet, sway your hips, all the while reaching your thighs to the wall behind you. Scooping our bellies in and up, hips are lifting towards the ceiling. We broaden through our collarbones and we spread our fingers wide, evenly distributing our weight. We're going to begin with 4 rounds of Sun Salutation A to allow ourselves not only to warm up, but allowing that familiarity of the sequence to allow us to go deeper and deeper within ourselves. So on your inhale, coming up onto your toes, bend your knees as you bring your gaze forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttasana. Find the length through your spine and crown of your head. Exhale, Uttasana, full forward fold. Enough of a bend in your knees that your chest is on your thighs, head hangs heavy. Arcing our arms up, we salute the sun, gazing at our thumbs, paying homage to the sun and all its life-giving warmth and energy. Our hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet. We step back into our plank, sliding forward, hugging our arms in. We lower Chaturanga, modify by lowering your knees. Slide into your up dog, rolling your shoulders back and down. And let's all meet in our down dog. Find your down dog. Find the contentment in your down dog. Santosha. Coming up onto our toes, we bend our knees, we bring our gaze forward as we step or hop to the top of our mat. We inhale into our half lift, Ardha Uttasana. We exhale Uttasana, full forward fold. Arcing our arms up, saluting the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift. Bending our knees, framing our feet, we return to our plank. We slide forward, hugging our arms in, we lower chaturanga. We slide up dog. Shoulders are rolled back and down, sternum, heart is open, and we meet in our down dog. 2 more rounds to go. Deep breaths. Inhaling up onto our toes. We bend our knees. Gaze comes forward as we step or we hop. We inhale, Ardha Uttasana, half lift, lengthen. We exhale, head hangs heavy, full forward fold. Arcing our arms up, saluting the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. We half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet, we return to our plank. We slide forward, hugging our arms in, we lower chaturanga. We slide up dog, find your up dog, and we return to our down dog. Last round, find your breath, and when you're ready, inhaling up onto your toes, bending your knees, bringing your gaze forward, we step or hop to the top of our mat. We inhale, Ardha Uttasana. We exhale, Uttasana. Arcing our arms up, saluting the sun. Hands come down through heart center as we forward fold. Half lift, bending our knees, framing our feet. We step back into our plank. Sliding forward, lowering chaturanga. Slide up dog. And meeting your down dog. Completing sun salutation A. We did it 4 times, 1 for each of the cardinal points. Inhaling up onto our toes, we bend our knees, we bring our gaze forward, stepping or hopping to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, finding your length. Exhale, full forward fold. Bring a deep bend into your knees, pushing your weight, sliding your hips behind you. Knees are back from your toes. And when you feel ready, using your core muscles, inhale up into chair. Reaching your fingertips out in front of you. Rolling your hips, sliding your hips towards the wall behind you. Bring our hands into prayer. Come into the prayer twist. Elbow to outside of your knee. Lengthen through your torso. Take a peep at your knees. If the one slid forward, slide that hip back. And spread your wings, opening up your arms. And return to center. Taking our prayer twist to the opposite side. Elbow to the outside of your knees. Lengthen through your torso. Peep at your knees, maybe slide your hip back if the one knee is slightly forward. And when you feel ready, spread your wings. And return to center. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Preparing for Warrior 2, we're going to take your leg closest to me. Step it to the back of your mat, Warrior 2. Push into the outer edge of your back foot. Knee and ankle of your front legs in a straight line. Finding your Warrior 2. Arms are firm. Turning your front palm up. Take it up and overhead. Reach your fingertips to the wall behind you. Reversal Peaceful Warrior. Your arm can be down your leg, it can be wrapped around you, or it can be on your hip. You decide which best suits your own body. Get nice and low in reverse warrior. Cartwheeling our hands around, we come into extended side angle. Biceps in line with our shoulders, we reach through our fingertips. Bring your palm to the mat. Gaze follows your hand to the ceiling. Coming into the twist, we bring our raised hand to the mat, inhaling our other arm up towards the ceiling. Release your hand to the mat, frame your front foot, pivot your back foot, step back into your plank. Slide forward, hugging our arms in, we lower chaturanga. We slide into our up dog. And we all meet back in our down dog. Deep breaths. Taking it to the opposite side. We're going to inhale up onto our toes. We're going to bend our knees, bring our gaze forward, stepping or hopping to the top of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Bring a deep bend into your knees, slide your hips back. Using your core muscles, inhale your arms. Reaching your fingertips in front of you. Bring our hands into prayer, come into the prayer twist. Elbows to outside of your knees. Spread your wings. And return to center. Taking our prayer twist to the opposite side. We find our length through our torso. We check our knees, maybe slide the one hip slightly back. And we spread our wings. Returning to center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Upward salute, shoulders are relaxed. Taking warrior two to the opposite leg. Take your leg furthest away from me. Step it back. Find your warrior two. Get nice and deep into your lunge. Check your alignment, firm up your arms. Turning your front palm up. Take it up and overhead. Reverse or peaceful warrior. Drawing your fingertips towards the wall behind you. Cartwheeling arms over. Extended side angle. Stack your shoulders, biceps close to ear, reach through your fingertips. Bring your palm to the mat, our gaze follows our hand to the ceiling. Revolving our twist, bring your raised palm to the mat, allowing your gaze to follow your other hand to the ceiling. Bring our hand down, we frame our front foot, we step back into our plank. We slide forward, we lower chaturanga, always the option to modify. We slide into our up dog. And we return to our down dog. Pedal it out. Find your breath. Coming up onto our toes, we bend our knees, our gaze comes forward, we step or hop to the top of our mat. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold. Bring a big bend into your knees again. Big bend, slide your hips back. Inhale your arms up into chair. We're going to come into runner's chair or runner's squat. Inhaling your leg closest to me. Inhale it up. Find your breath. Find your balance. That foot is flexed. Then taking your raised leg and arm behind you, we're going to float it back into our warrior two. Finding our warrior two again. Reverse warrior. Reach through your fingertips. Notice if you're slightly more open. Cartwheel your hands around. Extended side angle. Bringing our palm to the mat, our gaze follows our hand to the ceiling. Shoulders are stacked. And let's come into the bind. Top arm drapes behind your back. Bottom hand reaches between your legs, holding hands. Pushing from the edge of your back foot, lengthen all the way up. Rolling your top shoulder back as you gaze up at the ceiling. And inhale back into your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands around. Frame your front foot. Pivoting your back foot. We step back into our plank. We slide forward. We lower chaturanga. We slide into our up dog. As we all back in our down dog. Let's take it to the opposite side. Inhaling up onto our toes. We bend our knees, gaze comes forward, stepping or hopping to the top of our mat. We inhale, half lift. We exhale, full forward fold. Slide your hips back, preparing for chair. Inhale up into your chair. Coming into a runner's squat or runner's chair. Draw your leg furthest from me. Up, finding your runner's squat. Flex that foot, finding your breath, finding your balance. Now taking your raised leg, step it to the back of your mat, warrior two. Get nice and deep into your warrior two. Find your reverse warrior. Reaching your fingertips towards the wall behind you. Cartwheeling our arms over, extended side angle. Reach. Push through that edge of your back foot, feeling the lengthening from that ankle all the way up, running through to your fingertips. Release your palm to the mat, gaze follows your hand to the ceiling. Coming into the bind, arm drapes behind your back, bottom hand reaches between your legs. Rolling your top shoulder back, gazing up at the ceiling. And release into your warrior two. Exhaling, we cartwheel our hands around, framing our front foot, and we step back into our plank. We slide forward, we lower chaturanga, slide up dog, and let's all meet in our down dog. Find your down dog. On the inhale, inhale your leg closest to me, three-legged dog. Reach through that back foot, square your hips, then draw your knee towards your forehead. Push away from the earth, round your upper back, and extend back into three-legged dog. Bring your knee to the outside of your elbow, hover and hold. Maybe even lift slightly more, opening up that hip more. And take it back into three-legged dog. Preparing for fallen star, draw your leg past the opposite arm, coming onto the outer edge of your front foot, pivot your back foot, finding fallen star. Bring our hand to the mat, we return to our three-legged dog. Step your foot all the way through, plant it between your hands. Preparing for high crescent lunge, lengthen through your back leg, square your hips, pushing into your front foot. Inhale up into your high crescent lunge. Shoulders are relaxed, back leg is straight. Bring our hands into prayer. We're going to come into our prayer twist from this side. Find your breath, find your balance. Keep on pushing through that back leg. And then inhale up into your twist. Cartwheel your hands around. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank. Slide forward, lower chaturanga. Slide into your up dog. And let's meet in the down dog. Taking it to the opposite side. Inhaling your leg furthest from me. Three-legged dog. Draw that knee into your forehead. Round your upper back. Push away from the earth. Three-legged dog. Bring your knee to the outside of your elbow. Hover. Maybe open that hip slightly more. Three-legged dog. Preparing for fallen star. We bring our leg across our torso, outer edge of our front foot. We pivot our back foot and our gaze follows our hand to the ceiling. Bring our palm to the mat. We return to three-legged dog. Step your foot through, planting between your hands. Preparing for high crescent lunge. We extend, we lengthen through our back leg. Push into our front foot, finding our high crescent lunge. Relaxing our shoulders, reaching our fingertips towards the ceiling. Hands come into prayer. Come into a prayer twist. Keep on pushing, keep on lengthening through that back leg. And inhale up into your twist. Cartwheeling our hands round, we frame our front foot, we step back into plank. We slide forward, hugging our arms in, we lower chaturanga. We slide into our up dog. And we meet in our down dog. Pedal it out. Find your breath. Inhaling. Our leg furthest from you, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, let your foot fall behind your bottom, opening up your hips. Option to stay here, twirling your ankle, or to prepare for wild thing. Bring the ball of your foot to the mat, turning over, wild thing. Allow your gaze to follow your hand behind you. Bring our palm to the mat. We find our three-legged dog. Step your foot all the way to the outside of your hand, lizard pose. Option to stay as we are, or lower your back knee to the mat. Maybe you'd like to come onto a block, onto your forearms. Maybe you'd like to come onto the outer edge of your front foot. Keeping that length flowing up our spine and through the crown of our head, allowing that hip to open. Deep breaths. If you'd like to make it slightly more challenging, curl your back toes, straighten through that back leg and reach your arm in front of you, finding that length from the back of your heel, traveling all the way through your body out your fingertips. Few breaths here. Bring our palms to the mat, releasing your back knee to the mat. Inhale your arm up, draw your foot in, rolling your top shoulder back, work your heel towards your bottom. If your hand doesn't meet your foot, just enjoy the twist, finding that opening in your chest, whichever feels best for you. And release. Bring our palms under our shoulders, we curl our back toes, We step back into our plank. We slide forward, lowering chaturanga, sliding into up dog, and we meet in our down dog. Finding our stillness as we prepare to take it to the opposite side. Inhaling your leg closest to me, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, allowing your hip to open. Maybe you'd like to twirl your toes here, twirl your ankles in both directions, or perhaps you'd like to come into wild thing. Ball of your foot comes to the mat. We lift our torso towards the ceiling as our gaze follows our hand behind us. Bring our palm to the mat. We find our three-legged dog. Step your foot to the outside of your hand, lizard pose. Option to stay as we are. Maybe you'd like to lower your back knee. Maybe you'd like to come onto your forearms, outer edge of your front foot. Play around with your lizard. Find the lizard that works best for you. If you'd like to curl your back toes, straighten through that back leg and reach through your fingertips. Always exploring, investigating each and every pose. And release. Bring our hands under our shoulders, back knee to the mat. Reach your arm around. Draw your foot towards your bottom. Roll your top shoulder back, finding that space in your chest. Twisted monkey. Work that heel towards your bottom. Nice and gentle movements. How are we all doing? And release. Bring your palm to the mat. Curl your back toes. Step back into plank. Slide forward. Lower chaturanga. Slide up dog. And meet in down dog. Pedal it out. Find the stillness. Find the contentment in your down dog. Bring a big bend to our knees. Push your bottom behind you. Tiger dog. Feel the broadening through your upper chest and back. Find the strength in your tiger dog. And then release your knees to the mat. Crossing your feet at the ankles. Sliding your weight back so that your legs come up in front of you into Navasana, into boat. You can always have your feet firmly on the floor if you like, or you can have them extended. Spine is straight, shoulders are rolled back and down. Lower into canoe and rise into your boat. Lower, keeping your core engaged, and lift. Lower and 3. Lower and 4. Lower and 5. Lower, 6. Lower, 7. Lower, 8. 2 more. Lower, 9. Lower, and 10. Hold, 10. Nice straight back, belly's hugged in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw your toes in, taking hold of your big toes, Ubaya Padangusana. Shoulders are rolled back and down. This is balance as well as a stretch. Few deep breaths here. You can do one leg at a time if you prefer, or you can have your legs open. Always finding your ideal form of the pose, whatever that might be. And release. Feet come to the mat. Stretching your legs out in front of you. Draw your thigh into your chest. Flex both feet. Take your leg across your shin. Inhaling your opposite arm to leg up. Wrapping it around your leg, coming into the twist. On the inhale, find your length. On the exhale, twist towards the back of the room. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Twice more. Let's lengthen and twist. Last time, lengthen and twist. Gently coming back towards center. Inhale the same arm as your leg up. Wrap it around the inside of your thigh, taking hold. Square your shoulders, find your twist. Deep breaths here. Hold for 4 full breaths. And gently release. Switching out legs. Draw your leg towards your chest, finding the length in your back. Both feet are flexed. Inhaling your opposite arm to leg. Wrap it around the outside of your leg. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Twice more. Inhale and twist. Final time. Inhale and twist. Gently returning to center. Inhale your same arm as your raised leg. Wrap it around the inside of your leg. Inhaling your opposite arm up. Holding hands. Inhale, find your length. Hold for 4 breaths. Deep, 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 deep breaths. Taking the twist in the opposite direction. You lengthen on the inhale. You twist on the exhale. And when you feel ready, return to center. Placing both feet on the mat, scooch your bottom towards your heel so you have enough space behind you. Taking hold of your shins, lower nice and slow, 1 vertebra at a time onto your mat. Preparing for bridge. Walk your heels close towards your bottom. Press into the 4 edges of your feet, engaging your whole core. Begin to push away from the earth. Drawing your thighs towards each other, squeeze, taking your pelvis as far as you can towards the ceiling, perhaps walking your heels closer towards you as you raise your bridge. Take it as high as you can. Keep on squeezing. Lower halfway. And inhale, maybe even taking it higher this time. Really engaging all your core muscles, specifically your pelvic floor muscles. Press into all 4 edges of your feet. Taking that bridge as high as you can. And release halfway. Twice more. Maybe your heels can come even a little bit further in. Press into your feet and draw your bridge up. Deep, steady breathing as you take your bridge higher all the time. Release halfway. Last time. Inhale up into your bridge. Maybe we can even get it a little bit higher this time. Releasing all the way down to the earth. Take your feet out to either edge of your mat, and we're going to come into butterfly bridge now. So once again, pushing through the 4 edges of your feet, come up into your bridge, engaging your core muscles. Now lift your toes, squeeze your thighs towards each other and open. Squeeze and open. Squeeze, 3, squeeze, 4, squeeze, 5, squeeze, 6, squeeze, 7, squeeze, and 8. Release all the way back down. Draw your legs into your chest, your forehead into your knees, rolling up like a ball. Preparing for our inversion. Relax your head and shoulders towards the mat and inhale your legs up into waterfall. We're going to work our way into our shoulder stand for the count of 8. So on our first inhale, keeping our bellies hugged in towards our spine, we're going to roll up just a vertebra or 2, and then we're going to roll down. We're going to roll up for 2. We're going to roll down. We're going to inhale up for 3, and we're going to roll down. We're going to inhale for 4, coming high each time, and roll back down. Inhale for 6, roll back down. Inhale for 7, roll back down. This time we're going to come up all the way into our shoulder stand. Inhale, roll each vertebra off the mat one at a time, coming all the way onto your shoulders. Hands on your lower back, your chin is tucked. Walking your elbows closer towards each other. Lengthen through your spine. Find your shoulders stand. Perhaps you'd like to stay here, or perhaps you'd like to take your legs behind you into Halasana. Curl your toes as they come to the mat, pushing the back of your thighs towards the ceiling as you straighten through your legs, keeping your chin tucked at all times. Another breath or 2 here. And when you feel ready to come out, support your lower back with your palm. Draw your legs in. Roll all the way back down. Nice and slow, protect your spine. Extend your feet all the way out in front of you, toes are pointed. Palms face down, slide under your bottom as we come into fish pose, counter pose for Halasana. Walk your forearms under your back, puff out your chest, lay your head gently drape back. Keep your toes pointed, opening up your chest. Just enjoy fish pose. Just a breath or 2 here. To come out, slide all the way back until you're firmly on your mat, and then lift your hands from under your hips and draw your legs up towards you. Coming into our twist, we're going to extend our legs to the ceiling. Take your left leg, wrap it around your right. Take your arms out into the figure T and allow your legs to drape to the right as we look over our left shoulder. Coming into nice eagle twist. Just releasing our back. Finding that stillness, that place of contentment. Just accepting things as they are. Drawing our legs back up to center. Unravel. This time take your right leg, wrap it around your left. Allowing your legs to drape to the left as we gaze over our right shoulder. Coming into a nice eagle twist. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can always just stack one leg above the other. Just allowing our spines to release. Drawing our legs back up to center. Unravel. Clasp under your right knee. Extend your left knee. Feet are pointed. Draw that right knee towards your right elbow. Just gently giving our abdominals a nice massage. Few breaths here. Bring your right hand into your inner arch of your right foot. Half happy baby, flex both feet. Push your thigh down towards the mat. And then just slowly draw your ankle in line with your knee, half happy baby. Few deep breaths. And release, taking it to the opposite side. We extend our right leg out in front of us as we draw our left knee towards our left armpit. Massaging our abdominals, helping with our digestion. Just a few breaths. And when you feel ready, coming into half happy baby, reflex both feet. You can take hold of your inner arch of your foot or your big toe. Once again, whatever works best for you. And just draw your ankle in line with your knee. Keep on pushing this leg down into the mat. Half happy baby. Breath or two here. And when you're ready, inhale your other leg up, taking hold of your big toes or the inner arches. You may even want to take your elbows behind your knees, if that helps you draw your ankles further back. Pushing your hips down towards the mat, drawing your ankles towards your head. Whichever form of happy baby feels good for you. Just releasing our hips. Drawing your legs together. Give yourself a really tight hug just for coming to your mats today and sharing your practice. Nice big hug. Bring the soles of our feet together. Allow them to come down onto your mat. Scooping your belly in and out, pushing your spine towards the mat. Arms are draped loosely at your sides, palms facing up. Flatten your shoulders. You may wish to stay just as we are for Shavasana, or perhaps you'd prefer to extend your legs, feet drape open. I invite you to close your eyes. Feel all your facial muscles relaxing. Feel your belly relax, your thighs. Just imagine this beautiful warmth right from the crown of your head, flowing like a river through your body, soothing, nourishing and nurturing as it meanders its way through. Finding your stillness, find your place of contentment, Santosha. Allow yourself the space and time in Shavasana, just allowing yourself to be, just breathe. invite you to spend as much time as you wish in Shavasana, and only when you're ready, perhaps you'd like to extend your arms overhead, maybe interlacing your fingers, turning your palms to face the wall behind you. Nice full body stretch, stretching it out. Maybe you'd like to gently roll over onto your favorite side, coming into the fetal position as we begin to re-embrace the world. Whatever movements you choose, let them be mindful, slow movements. And only when you feel ready, using your forearm and the palm of your hand to support yourself, find your nice, easy seated pose. And as we did at the beginning of the practice, just take a moment to check in. Maybe rolling your shoulders back and down a few times. Just checking into yourself, with yourself. I hope throughout your practice you found your place of Santosha, contentment. And may this feeling of contentment be with you throughout your day, throughout the week. And until we all meet again, may our thoughts be kind, our words gentle, and our hearts only full of love. From mine to yours, Namaste. Thank you.